Now to our top story this morning. Will Fulton County's elections director be able to keep his job? The tug of war could end today. The elections board recently voted to fire Richard Barron just a couple weeks ago, but he was back on the job after county commissioners failed to approve the decision. Barron's job is still hanging on by a thread, and today commissioners will discuss it again. Mara Siriani joining us live in Atlanta to walk us through what this means for Barron and the future of Fulton County.
Well, this morning, elections officials here in Fulton County are expected to discuss whether the county commission has the ultimate say in what happens to Barron's job. So, Sheba, as we know, over the past month, there's been some confusion over who will lead Fulton County elections. Now, the board voted back on February 16th to fire Barron. However, the Fulton County Commission is at a stalemate. Barron was heavily criticized for Fulton County's handling of the June 2020 primary. So, again, something we could learn today. In protest over this one, also in today's meeting, newly elected commissioner of District 6, Khadid Abjor Rahman, is encouraging residents to speak up regarding the new voter restrictions bill. The Georgia House voted 97-72 Monday on the Republican-backed legislation. It includes adding ID requirements for absentee ballots, limiting weekend voting hours, and requiring ballot drop boxes to be kept indoors. Democrats opposing the bill say it creates too many obstacles and it contributes to voter suppression. So again, a lot on this morning's agenda. If you are a Fulton County voter, you live in Fulton County, this is something that you will be eligible to weigh in on. This is a live public meeting. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning, and of course, we'll let you know what happens.
All right, Mara, thank you. And now